Tell me about Team New Zealand, because obviously you guys have travelled a long way, but actually hold that thought, because we're about to have a look at the qualifying results. Obviously you didn't make it through, but a fantastic time from you today.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me about your time. So a PB for you, or not quite?
Yeah, no, it was a PB, yep, and it was first competition where I went under 6, so it was quite exciting for me.
Awesome. That is fantastic, man. Well, look, this is the women's qualification we're looking at now. They're to have 2 runs, pick the best result. If you full start, that's it. Your competition is done, which I always think is a particularly savage rule. But the whole of speed climbing is savage because it's a game of small margins where errors are punished. We look down at the women's qualifiers. So, yeah, Team New Zealand, how are you guys doing? How do you find the travel? How's the jet lag?
Well, as you know, New Zealand's quite far away. We had a huge 17-hour flight over to Dubai as one of our first stopovers, and then we had a 3-hour stopover and another 7-hour flight over to Switzerland. So yeah, it's quite a big trip for us.
And are you staying in Europe for a while now?
Yeah. So well, the plan is we'll be staying here for about 2 months, and we'll do the whole Villars, Chamonix, Bern tour. Yeah.
Wow. And obviously aiming for the world champs as your focus, I presume.
Yeah, definitely a big one for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is the women qualifiers. 55 women were qualifying this afternoon, and for the men, some quick times went down as well. No world records today, but close. And apparently, I've been told this is the fastest ever qualifying round in history, which is insane.
Yeah, 5.3 I think was the cutoff.
I mean, that must be quite intimidating. As someone like yourself coming into the sport, you're still young. I mean, that is a high bar to aim for.
Yeah, I mean, last year I think it was around 5.8 maybe to qualify. So yeah, it's definitely stepped up. You see, in just 1 year, it's just like that.
Crazy, isn't it? Well, that's what this sport's all about. The route doesn't change, but the athletes are shaving milliseconds off the time. There's new beta being invented. Speed climbing is not a simple sport, but we will be going through all of the different beta options and checking out how the athletes do it. So let's have a look at our final. It works as a knockout format. Although qualifying is all about time, the finals is a straight race between you and your opponent. If you slip, if you fall, you're knocked out. If you don't hit the final starting buzzer first, you're knocked out. There's no second chances until we get towards the small final and the final, where the gold medal, silver medal, bronze and 4th place are decided. A little bit like a football tournament, so if you watch those kind of sports, you'll understand what's going on here. The athletes will be entering through that arch, the warm-up area behind. And Julian, you must have spent some time in that isolation area back there. What's it like? Describe it for us.
Well, at first it was chilly this morning, so it was quite good to get in there, a bit humid with all the athletes. But yeah, no, it's a great warm-up area right behind the wall there. Yeah.
And then that is the final finishing pad that I was talking about. And it's quite a big dyno from the last hole to that pad.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than people think. I think it's probably the biggest move on the whole wall, reaching for that last pad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fairly intimidating. If you're new to speed climbing, you never tried it before and this inspires you, there are lots of gyms now with speed walls in them. You can turn up, practice. It's an auto belay system, so you don't necessarily need a partner, which is good.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
How did you start your speed climbing journey?
Well, I was actually just a normal lead climber, boulderer, and my coach Rob, he built the first ever speed wall in New Zealand.
Wow, okay. So, and what drew you to the sport?
Well, it was actually in 2019, I saw my first World Cup in Chamonix. I thought, I'm into climbing, may as well watch this. And so I went out and got inspiration from there, and then when the wall was built, that was it.
Awesome. Well, our first race is almost underway here. On the right-hand side of his screen is Eric Neuer from Spain, Vedric Leonardo from Indonesia on the left, the current world record holder, 4.90 is his score. And this is going to be a tight race, and Eric has been drawn against a tough opponent.
Yes, he has. Very similar PBs, though, not much in it at all.
Not much in it, but as we know, fractions of a second count in speed. So, will Vedric Leonardo blink? Will he make a mistake? Can Eric Neuer do something special here? First race of this evening. And the audience will drop into silence as we wait for the buzzers. Oh, and it's a full start from Eric straight away. He does not want to leave the wall. He held on. Oh, and what a close reaction time, eh, Julian?
Yeah, that was ridiculously close, but, you know, all it takes is just a bit of nerves, and there you go.
Tell me about the reaction time. What actually is it?
So I think within 100th of a second, they reckon is the reaction time for humans. So they put within 0.100, which he was very close, 0.76. He was very close, yeah.
And obviously the athlete's trying to cut that line as fine as possible. That was the full start.
Yeah.
And he can see he just didn't want to let go.
Heartbreak, yeah.
All right, Eric Neuer is gone. Our next race will be team Matteo Zaloni and Liang Zhang. God, I can't speak this evening. All right, so next race about to begin. The athletes enter the stage. Matteo, they're wearing the knee pads, presumably just to stop the scrapes and bumps.
Yeah.
All right, both athletes, they can adjust the bottom starting pad. Make sure it's in the perfect position for them. And routines, Julian, it's so important, isn't it?
Yeah, the rituals, every athlete has them. It's very important for the race to keep calm, put you in your mindset.
All right, well, here we go. Time for the rituals to finish. Matteo versus Zhang.
Ready?
And it's a clean start from both athletes. But Matteo slips, and Zhang's going to take it. So, Zhang takes victory there. It's a close run thing for 5.32. This is 5.58. Pretty close.
It's very close.
So China progresses. Matteo with a big slip down at the bottom. You saw the legs coming off there. So he goes as well. And an initial slip from him caused some problems. All right, next up. Jun Yasukawa from Japan versus Peng Wu from China. There is Peng Wu on the left. And Team China is so strong, aren't they?
Yeah, I think most of the athletes actually made it into finals today.
Yeah, unreal from them. So, Jun on the right, Peng on the left. Jun taking his time before he goes to the belay. He will clip him into the auto belay. If you're just joining us, welcome to Villars-sur-Orléans for the Speed Finals, the last IFSC competition of the weekend. Before we pack up, say goodbye, and move on to Chamonix next week.
Ready?
Clean from both of them, but it is Peng Wu ahead at the moment by half a body length. Jun slips, and Peng Wu takes it easily with a 5.1, which is a speedy time considering his opponent fell.
Yeah, that's very rapid from Peng Wu.
Yeah, super close from him. All right, so Peng Wu comes down. He is the victor. He moves on. And a good race, and hips super vertical on the wall, straight, no side to side.
Yeah, no mucking around. That beta is perfect.
And let's talk about beta a little bit, because a lot of people would say, look, it's the same wall. How can you change the beta? But things are developing and evolving over time, aren't they?
Yeah, so I mean, every year people find slightly different betas, and everyone just kind of adopts it on. Yep.
All right, well, Samuel Watson on the left. He's young. He's a hot prospect for the future, but he is against Ramad Maliono on the right. It's going to be a close run thing. Sam Watson, no stranger to finals now. Got a gold in Edinburgh last year.
Ready?
Clean from both, and absolutely neck and neck as we get to the midway point. Sam Watson might take it in the air, and he does. Look how close that was, a 5.83 from Sam Watson. Unbelievable from him, what a race.
Yeah, that was incredible there from Sam. Very solid, very composed.
All right, so Sam Watson moves on to the next round. He'll be happy with that. Bit of a star of that Team USA, although John Brosler, his teammate, will be climbing in 2 athletes' time. Look at that angle, just showing the sheer speed of these men. All right, Team Indonesia came close. Sam had it on the day. Next up, John Brosler. Oh, sorry, next up is Ryu Omasa and Rishat Kabulin on the left. Ryu from Japan. Rishat from Kazakhstan. Similar PBs, Rishat has it on paper.
At your mark. Ready.
That's a good start from Ryu. He's just ahead as we get towards the top, but Rishat slips. I was about to say he might have it in the air. Ryu comes back from nowhere there.
That's a very, very close race there until he slips.
So very close. Let's watch a replay of that in a second because it looked like Ryu had it. He was certainly ahead at the beginning. Let's see this again. It's a bit of a jerky slow motion that, but both you can see neck and neck and neck. And,
Until right at the top.
So right at the very top, and a little bit of a slip sent him down. Okay, a bit of a legend is up next. Reza Aliposhina Zandifa enters the stage, the man made of pure muscle, versus John Brosler, who's fairly stacked himself on the right-hand side.
Yeah, no, he's not doing too badly himself.
How many times have you seen Reza at this stage win races? He hasn't done it for a while. We'd love to see him back on the top spot. And John Brosler, just another legend, really. Bringing Team USA on under his mentorship. Right, both athletes, look at those PBs as well, absolutely identical.
Ready.
Oh, it's a full start, though, from John. And
That's
look how close
very,
that
very
reaction
close.
time is.
Wow.
Have you seen a closer? Have you seen a 9-9?
I don't think I've ever seen that before in my life, especially not in the finals. Wow.
Oh.
That's very unlucky.
John absolutely keyed up, perhaps a little too keyed up. But it's easier said than done from the safety of the commentary box here.
Good sportsmanship there between the two.
Yeah, and you always see that with speed climbers, which is lovely.
Yeah, lots of respect behind the scenes, yeah.
Yeah, I always say that this is the most hard-working discipline in climbing. They work hard, hours in the gym for this moment. All right, next up, we have Inxiang Wang versus Long Kao. So two teammates facing off against each other. Long Kao on the left, Inxiang Wang on the right. Just spinning that water beater. A bit of ritual there going on, I think.
Yeah.
Superstitious speed climbers. All right, here we go. Waiting for the buzzer.
Ready.
No full start this time, and it's too close to call as we near the top of the wall, but Inxiang slips. Long Kao will take the victory.
Very solid time there from Long Kao.
Yeah, that right lane seems to be problematic.
Yeah.
Is there ever a lane that is like notoriously bad at a wall?
Well, I think a lot of athletes prefer the A lane just because you don't have the sight of the other climber.
Yeah, I've heard both opinions on that one. I've heard people give your opinion, which I agree with, because surely it's distracting, but others are like, no, never even see it, don't notice. It's fascinating. Oh, and there might be a bit of an injury there. We saw a stagger, and he got caught. I'm not sure.
I think he just... Oh, no, he's definitely got a problem. He's limping off the stage.
He has got a problem, but he looked like he was pitching forward there, and I don't think he was expecting the right foot to give up on him there.
Yeah, I hope he's all right.
Yeah, well, send him my best. All right, Jinbao Long versus Jinguao Long. Similar names from China. Jinguao on the left, Jinbao on the right.
At your mark.
Yeah, PBs again, extremely close.
Yeah, these two teammates are right on the edge of each other. And socks in climbing shoes in speed. Never seen that before. Here we go. Clean start. It's Jinguao ahead, and Jinbao falls. Jinguao will take this easily, hits the starting pad. I think that was our drone shot there. Awesome drone shot.
Yeah, that was a very good shot.
Coming up from the wall. So Jinguao progresses after that slip. Let's watch it again. Yeah, it just fell.
Very solid beta there.
And tell me, while we have a pause between the men and the women's, in terms of looking at your feet, thinking about the moves, that's not something you're really doing out there on the wall.
No, no. I mean, if you think about it too much, you'll overcomplicate things, overthink things, and generally a slip will happen. Yeah.
So that must mean there's an awful lot of muscle memory that goes into this.
Yes, lots of repetition.
All right, well, that's the results from the first round. We move on to the women. We're going to have a little break here. Oh, no, straight on to the women. All right, so Natalia Kaluchka on the left-hand side versus Victoire André.
Ready?
All right, both women off to a strong start. Victoire slips. She's not going to be able to recover from that. Natalia Kaluchka bounds her way up the wall and takes the win. She has this style that's quite unique.
It's a very solid time from her, yeah.
Yeah, she kind of goes into a side step at the top.
Yeah, she almost twists and rotates her body as she moves up the wall. I've never seen that from any other climber.
Yeah, it's very unique. You don't often see it. Both the Kaluchka sisters tend to do that, as does Alexandra Miroslav, who's not here at this event, if you're wondering where our serial winner is. Just never loses. Well, if you're just joining us, welcome to Villars. We're here for the speed finals. My name's Matt Groom. I'm joined by Julian David from Team New Zealand in the commentary box, a speed climber. Didn't make it through, but he's giving his expertise here to us. The next race, Rajia Salsabilia versus Capucine Vigiloni from France. And Team France strong at the moment as well.
Yeah, oh, they're looking very good, very good.
All right, let's get ready for our next race. Team Indonesia will be very well represented. Very strong team. Of course, we had that World Cup in Jakarta. That was a huge success earlier on in the season. That's the starting holds. Well, Viglione was off to a better start, and she is now starting to lose it, though. Rajia comes back at her, and she does take the victory.
Wow.
And Capucine Viglione, you could see frustration from her.
I could have sworn she was going to have that race.
She had it. It's just that middle sector, it looked like she started to slip behind.
Yeah, a little stumble, but sometimes that's all it takes.
Exactly, small margins. Well, let's see it again. Let's see if there is a stumble, or a hesitation anyway.
Oh, it just looks like she pulled harder at the top, the Indonesian there.
Yeah, the Indonesian climbers have this ability to come back, especially at Desert Madre from nowhere.
Yeah,
it's like she's behind.
Incredible.
Incredible, yeah. All right, next race, Li Juandeng versus Jimin Zhong from China. Sorry, Jimin Zhong from Korea, Li Juandeng from China. Yeah, Korean team coming on as well.
Yeah, they've got a few up-and-coming stars, actually, yeah.
And the crowd filling into our stadium now. There's a few athletes from the lead competition yesterday. That's available to watch if you missed it. And the semi-finals from that comp as well. All right, here we go. Next race. Li Juandeng versus Jimin Zhong. Strong start from both, but towards the middle. Li Juandeng is pulling away, and she can take it, and there's a slip from Jimin Zhong. She falls. Li Juandeng will progress.
That was a very commanding win there.
Yeah, she looked confident throughout that left lane, once again proving to be the lane to be in.
Very confident in her beta.
Yeah, we talked about muscle memory earlier, so is this just a case of practicing the route over and over again until it's in your body?
Yeah, pretty much, just repetition, that's all it takes. Yeah, a little bit of gym sessions, but mainly just repetition.
So how many times do you reckon you've climbed that speed wall? Thousands.
It's impossible to tell, yeah. It's too many to count.
It's funny because I can count on one hand how many times I've climbed the speed wall, but maybe two hands if I'm being generous. But it is an amazing sport. Do go and try it. It's addictive as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
All right, Desert Madre on the left, and on the right, Manon Lebon from France. Both women, eyes closed, centering themselves, focusing on the moment. Silence here in the stadium, which is almost spooky when it's usually full of cheers. They're off clean. Manon Lebon is currently in the lead. The Desert Madre is coming back at her. Let's wait for the clock. Dede Madre came beautifully from nowhere.
Yeah, every time, just how you explain, pulls it through at the end somehow. Very solid in beta.
She also never smiles until the end. Like, when she wins, same face.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Very composed.
All right, let's see it from the back view. It was a bit hard to tell on that drone. Yeah, Des actually came back at the top.
Yeah, very commanding finish, isn't it?
6.88 as well, quick time. Okay, Emma Hunt from the USA, another young prospect coming through. And Yefei Zhao from China on the right.
Gosh, the height difference.
I've heard height a disadvantage in speed.
Yeah, usually, but then there's outliers, of course, Emma Hunt putting down some amazing times.
Daniel Boldyrev, of course, from Ukraine. He's a massive man as well.
Yeah, definitely the biggest on the circuit.
Yeah. So that's our shot from above. Emma Hunt on the left. Yefei Zhao on the right.
Ready?
Clean from both women. Emma Hunt, though, is half a body length ahead as we approach the top of the wall. It is going to be Emma Hunt unless she slips, which she doesn't. 6.823 for Emma. Good work from her. Big smile on her face as she comes down.
What a character. She's awesome.
Do you train with other teams from New Zealand, or is it just too far to go?
It's just too far, yeah. I mean, we might, leading up to Bern, but usually now it's just us.
Yeah, hats off to you guys. Because the gym situation in New Zealand as well, there are not that many.
No, there's only one speed wall. And there's outdoors as well, so.
All right, Dai New on the left of your screen, and then Nurul Ikhwan on the right from Indonesia. Dai New, no stranger to a final. And again, some socks in shoes. What is going on?
Ready?
Both women away clean as they race up the wall. A slip though from Dai Nui. She's not going to take it. Nurul Ikhwan takes victory there. So, Nurul Ikhwan knocked out of the first round.
Yeah, she looked like she had it at the start and then just a slip.
All right, 2 races to go now for the women. Let's see a replay of that from the back angle. Oh, sorry, I said Dai Nui won, didn't she? My mistake. Noel takes victory there. Dai Nui knocked out. All right, next race. Alexandra Kluchka on the left-hand side versus Beatrice Colli on the right. Ignore that graphic, it's a bit wrong. So Italy versus Poland.
Ready?
All right, strong start from both women. It's neck and neck. Alexandra Kluchka slips, which means Beatrice will have this. Another slip. Beatrice Colli goes through.
Wow.
Great work from Beatrice. She's coming on. She's had some very quick times recently.
Yeah, she is stoked. Good on her.
So Alexandra Kluchka, no more from her. Let's watch Beatrice here again. Super solid despite the distractions going on the left. Good with the feet, no real mistakes and a powerful time. I think she's happy.
She's stoked.
All right, well, our final race now on the left-hand side. Shengguan Wang from China versus her teammate, Shaquan Zhang. Wang on the left, Zhang on the right. Fingers heavily taped there. Fingernails especially take a beating in this sport. All right, both off clean, and it's neck and neck, but now Wang's starting to pull ahead, and she is ahead as we approach the top of the wall. It's all hers, and she takes it with a 7.07. Shengguan Wang will move on. So tell me, Julian, what's going on behind the scenes now? Are the speed climbers out there still continue to warm up, or do you just take a moment to chill when you're back there?
They'll take a moment to chill and reset their minds almost, get recomposed, and they'll get straight back into the warm-up.
And the athlete, do you tend to listen to music when you're back there? How do you approach things?
Yeah, so it's very personal. It changes for everybody. I think music's quite a universal thing there. Yeah, music definitely.
Yeah, I'd have a bit of some angry music playing just to hype me up, I think.
yeah, heavy metal.
All right, well, that's the progression. We move on to the next round for the men's comp. And a good series of races at the beginning and a couple of full starts.
Yeah, there were a couple of upsets during that race as well, yeah.
Absolutely. So the full start, how do you practice getting that as close to the limit as possible?
It's actually a very tricky thing. You don't actually practice it. For instance, you don't think about it, because when you think about it, generally you will false start. So yeah, you don't try and beat the timer or get as close as you can, because generally that'll end up not well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think whenever I finish a speed competition, I have the beeps in my brain as I go to sleep, that sound.
Yeah, that's ingrained in every one of us.
Yeah, it really is. And it's that the second you hear those beeps from anywhere, in Villars, certainly, it's a small village, you know exactly what's happening. And in fact, that is our stadium. Look at it. Beautiful. It's nestled into the Swiss mountains.
Amazing venue.
Chamonix towards the valley on the left. That's where everyone will be travelling soon. Well, we're a couple of moments away for the next round for the men. Athletes slowly being whittled down as we get towards our small final and big final.
Yeah, it'll be a good final.
Absolutely,
strong names.
Yeah, some big names.
And potentially even a world record.
Well, fingers crossed. We all hope that to happen. And Alexander Mirasol are missing. Obviously, a big name, multiple winner. And it opens the door for someone else to come through and take that gold.
Yeah, no, it definitely does, yeah. But it's strategic planning, she wants to take out and burn, obviously, the Olympic qualifier. So it's understandable from her end.
Yeah, it's happening in lead and boulder as well. Well, lead now for the lead season, as the athletes are just choosing the events. They need the points to qualify, and then a lot of them are deciding to go away and train.
Yeah.
All right, next round. Federic Leonardo, he progressed through versus Ling Zhang from China. China on the right, Indonesia on the left, and these two nations, pretty much since Villars last year, have been fighting against each other.
Yeah, in fact, exactly last year was when China came in and surprised the world, really.
They did. They went away from COVID, came back with some new beta at the top of the wall and caught everyone by surprise. All right, next round. Federic Leonardo on the left, Ling Zhang on the right. Okay, what a start for both athletes. They fire upwards, but Federic slips. The world record holder will be knocked out. Ling Zhang moves on. And Federic, a surprise there.
Wow, he's actually equaled his PB there.
Wow.
5:15.
Unbelievable. All right, so Zhang will move on. Getting closer and closer towards that final place. And Federic, unlucky from him, he goes. Let's see this slip again. Ah, it's the right foot.
It's a very big slip. Recovered well, though.
He did. The recovery is incredible.
It was very fast, yeah. A lot of adrenaline.
Especially when you know you're probably going to be knocked out, to have the motivation to keep on going.
Yeah.
But slips can happen.
Yeah.
And the other athlete
Very
slips,
true.
you can come back. All right, Sam Watson versus Peng Wu now. Sam Watson, blisteringly fast first round. This was Peng Wu. And we know the potential of both these climbers.
You can hear the Americans getting behind him.
All right, Sam Watson's PB is 5.02, Peng Wu's 5.01.
Wow.
So,
Should be a good race.
yeah, who knows who will be able to handle the pressure of this moment.
Ready?
Both off clean, the drone spies them through the trees, and it's absolutely neck and neck in the air. Sam Watson
wow.
look how close that time
That
is.
is incredible. That was an amazing race there. Sam is stuck. His father is going crazy.
He is. Sam Watson's dad is the most psyched individual I've ever met in my life.
He's very cool. I talked to him today. He is incredible. Yeah.
Sam Watson smashing up. Awesome from him.
So close to that sub 5 he's been gunning for actually this whole season.
Unreal. All right. We go on. Old school time. Reza Aliposhina Zandifar versus Ryu Omasa. Can Reza continue this run of form he's having at the moment? I'm mainly scared if he doesn't get through, because I've seen that man angry and it's scary.
Yeah, it is. He's very hyped up, very tension-filled.
He is.
At your mark.
The athlete's face to walk.
Very close PBs.
Yeah, it's super, super close. Could be anyone's hit. Oh, clean from both. Reza ahead at the bottom. As we approach the middle mark, he's still ahead, but a big slip from him. Ryu will move on. And Reza Aliposhina is knocked out.
Full of emotions.
But hang on a sec, look at his left leg. Ryu grabbing that left calf. That could be a problem.
A bit of a problem there. He might have pulled something.
Now,
yeah, he's limping on it.
Yeah, he is limping on that. That looks very nasty. Well, look, on paper, Ryu goes through. Let's see if we can see the moment where he went, where that pull went. I mean, maybe there?
Yeah, I think he just slipped off the hold and something happened.
And then look, he's smiling still.
Yeah,
but
he was quite happy with that and then almost instantly just grabs his calf there.
Yeah, and he's walking off under his own steam. There might be just a bit of cramp, perhaps, possibly, but we'll have to wait and see for the next round. All right, here we go. Long Kao versus Jin Guao Long.
It's an amazing mullet.
It's a great mullet. All right, here we go. Long Kao on the left, Jin Guao Long on the right.
At your mark.
All right, there's the match.
Ready.
Buzzers are off and it's clean. Jin Guao Long with an explosive start, but a big slip from him. Long Kao with another slip. Jin Guao Long's going to take it. What an up and down race.
That was, yes. Wow, that traded position so many times during that race.
It's back and forth. I was trying to keep track of it there.
That was exciting.
All right, super exciting. Let's see this again.
Still a 7.8 even with all these slips.
Oh,
that's incredible.
Unreal, isn't it? That was a true back and forth battle. The hand appears out the bottom of the shot. Okay, well, that's the second round for the men done. We flip back to the women. As we progress through this finals, let's get the confirmation. Ryu Omasa, of course, limping off. Hope he's okay. He's got a couple of minutes to try to stretch out that calf, but I'll wait and see. Hopefully he can continue.
It's a very exciting final there.
Yeah, and this is, for the men, the point where the knockouts stop, so that if they lose a race, they get to race again in the small final at this point. Obviously not what they want, but at least it's not all over.
Yeah.
Fast times as well, 5.08. Two 5.08s actually, both from Sam Watson, identical from him.
Yeah, he's getting more and more consistent, I think.
Yeah, trying to build up the speed, build up the consistency. The photographers wait on the cherry pickers for the athletes to come.
That's a very cool angle. I can see the athletes waiting in the starting gate for our next round. That's the judges huddling around laptops, timing devices, and old-fashioned bits of paper, which is what we've got here in the commentary box as well. First race, Natalia Kaluchka versus Rajia Salsabilia. And they've both been waiting there for quite a while now. It's delaying proceedings, not quite sure what's happening, but it'll only add to their nerves. And this is part of the game in speed, is keeping it together.
The photographer's Lena from the IFSC, our official photographer for this event. She takes amazing photos. Do go and check out the IFSC Instagram account and her own Instagram account and Flickr and all of those things. We're still waiting. Quite sure what's happening. Now we come on. So Natalia Kluchka on the left, Rajia Salsabilia on the right.
Quite a good crowd here tonight.
Yeah, it's been building, hasn't it? It was quiet at the start, and now they're all here.
Yeah, it's starting to get more and more amped.
Well, we're coming up to 6:30 Central European time. Right, Natalia Kluchka, Rajia Salsabilia.
At your mark.
Silence in the stadium as we prepare.
Ready?
First round for the women. Clean starts. Natalia Kluchka ahead at the moment. Rajia is coming back at her towards the top. Natalia needs to find something here. She does. 6.7. I think that scream was from Natalia.
Yeah, very excited. That was an awesome race. So close.
Yeah, very, very close. Rajia disappointed as she comes down, but she gave it everything. Natalia had to fight all the way. It was never easy for her.
Oh, neck and neck the whole way. Incredible. All the pent-up emotion released at the end there from Natalia.
Just that shot just shows how quick it is. I mean, we're still talking about a 15-meter high speed wall.
Yeah, they're getting up to at least 3 meters a second as they go through some of these moves.
Unbelievable. I don't run that fast on flat. All right, Lee Zhongdeng versus Desak Madre. Desak, the comeback queen on the right-hand side. Her ability to find something when it's all going wrong is incredible. And what a final we're having so far. Lee Zhongdeng chalking the very tip of her shoes.
Yeah, I've noticed some of the Chinese athletes doing that, actually.
I wonder why. Maybe, I mean, perhaps it's a slippy friction, because chalk on shoes is generally what you want to avoid.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, see what happens.
Ready?
There is the chalk. Both off clean. Desak Madre behind at the moment, but we know she can come back, but she hesitates, and Lee Zhongdeng is going to hold this. She does take victory.
I think that's the fastest time on the day, actually. Yeah, it is. It used to be 6:55.
There we go. What a time. Super fast. Desak Madre. She is the comeback queen. She couldn't come back from that one. Just simply too fast. Lee Zhongdeng.
Her beta is very consistent, I noticed. She doesn't slip much.
Yeah, she was behind here, but there was the slip down low, and that meant she just couldn't build the momentum needed to come back at Lee Zhongdeng. All right, Emma Hunt. I'd love to know what she's saying to herself in those moments.
Yeah, I do wonder that. She's mumbling stuff to herself.
Yeah, she always does it. And Nurul Iqbal on the right from Indonesia. Emma looking fast today. What can she do against a very tough opponent? Both women smiling though. Emma just that murmuring still going on, talking to herself.
At your mark. Ready?
Clean, and Emma Hunt is behind though, but she finds something in the second swing move, and now she's pulling ahead. She should have this as long as she can keep it together. Emma Hunt with the victory as she progresses towards a final.
Very close to her PB as well.
All right, well, that was a good race. Emma Hunt always in control, and she looks like she's found something a little bit different at the moment.
Yeah, she's in a bit of a different mind state almost. Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree with you, and it's at the beginning of the season she looks a bit more nervous than she does now, and there's just
a little more settled in.
And that smile technique seen by a lot of USA athletes, especially in the lead. Natalia Grossman, I'm considering, you know. And it is a good way of getting your brain into the right space. All right, Patricia Colli on the left. And on the right, Shen Guanzhang.
Takes another look back at the wall.
Yeah, she still looks back up it. Beatrice with loads of necklaces on as well. I don't know why I commented on that. I just imagine them swinging around and hitting you in the face.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Beatrice, what a start from her, exploding off the starting block, slowing a little bit now in the middle. Shengon coming back at her. It could be anyone's,
Wow.
but it's Beatrice's.
Incredibly close. She is very happy with that. Wow. Very close race.
Beatrice Colli had a brilliant start, but then it looked like she sort of stuttered, faltered a little bit.
Yeah, almost actually went too fast.
Yeah, exactly. It's like she kind of caught herself going too far.
I wasn't expecting to have such a good start, maybe.
Yeah, well, we'll see that again in a second, because that was fascinating.
Kept composed.
Yeah, Beatrice is someone who seems to have turned a bit of a corner as well. Well, this is the confirmation. There's going to be Emma Hunt versus Beatrice Colli, Ijun Deng versus Natalia Klichka in the next round. All right, well, both rounds are done, and we'll move on in a couple of minutes. All right, Julian, tell me more about speed climbing and all of this stuff. So if you are a speed climber, what kind of training regime do you guys go through? Because it's a bit different from lead climbers, boulders who are doing a lot of fingerboarding, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, I do absolutely no fingerboarding. I've heard some actually do fingerboarding, but my training does not include any. I'd say probably 80% of the training is done on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
then
big muscle groups.
yeah. So we'll train the big muscle groups in the gym, and that's a couple times a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, our athletes are presented to the audience one more time.
Representing China,
Hello and welcome to Villars. If you've just tuned in, we're at the point where we're presenting the athletes who are left in this competition still. This is the round where we decide who goes into the big final or the small final. Big final for the gold and silver, a small final for the bronze and fourth place finish. Some of the athletes absolutely hate this ritual. Some of them seem to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's part of the speed process that we go through. And tell me about wrapping up warm, because more than anything, we see the athletes in big coats, sometimes gloves.
Yeah, so I think almost everybody would prefer to be in warmer weather, especially for speed. It's just the ideal thing, so they're just trying to keep warm, try not to get too cold. As you can see there, Emma wrapped up well. Puffer jacket and all.
Yeah, hands buried in her pockets. Yeah, because you guys lead climbers, boulders hate the humidity, but you guys like a little bit of that.
Yeah, bit of heat's good. Slightly overcast, that is the ideal weather.
It's so interesting how the overall umbrella of climbing requires such different conditions.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Every little bit helps.
And this is an insight into the psychology of the athletes, the faces, the game faces.
And then Emma Hunt.
There's Emma Hunt, just having a great time at the end.
She's loving it. And Beatrice Colli,
Did
actually.
you? Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, well.
Bound to be a good final.
It was such a psychologist would have a field day with that shot.
Yeah, and you were talking about like music and everyone's rituals. Emma Hunt there with some headphones in.
Yeah, she had an AirPod in one ear, listening to something. I feel like I need to go and interview Emma Hunt now and just discover all these things.
Yeah, it seems like she's got the most going on, eh?
Yeah. All right, well, a reminder again of our next round. There'll be no more pauses from now on, just action. One more race to decide who gets into that final and small final, and then the last two races for the men and women. And for our medals are handed out, and we draw things to a close here in Villars. Always great to come back here. For the men, Samuel Watson, that's Zhang, and then Ryu. We still don't know about that injury. He came onto the stage, so I presume he's all right.
Yeah, he seemed all right, but you never know.
I'll wait and see.
Yeah, it seemed like he pulled something quite badly there.
He did. It was a funny one because he topped out. He hit the timing pad, was smiling.
Yeah, it looked stoked.
Yeah, looked stoked. And then at some point, halfway down, he grabbed that right leg and then was
off.
limping off.
Yeah, I hope he's all right.
Well, we'll find out. I have seen these athletes battle through pretty horrible injuries. Though in Salt Lake, I can't remember who it was, but someone ripped off a nail on their foot, and we had a big break because I presume it was bleeding everywhere. And,
Yeah, wow.
sort of like a 5-minute break, 5-10-minute break, where he patched himself up and then took, I can't remember off the top of my head who it was, but took off the shoe and was clearly in pain, but just fought through it.
Wow. Yeah, no, I don't remember that.
Okay, here we go. Well, we've pretty much got a packed stadium now here.
Yeah.
Almost at capacity. And the men are in the starting gate. You can see Sam Watson. Okay, Ling Zhang versus Sam Watson. Sam jogs over.
A bit of confusion of which side they're going on.
Yeah, luckily people on hand to point them in the right direction.
And again, with the ritual, Sam, he runs up and kicks the wall. The vibration through the hands, he likes that.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. It reminded me.
Yeah.
So, what, he likes the feeling of the...
Yeah, it's almost like an activation for him. It almost switches him to speed mode.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right, well, he's on form. He's got the PB on paper. Sam Watson, one race away from a silver or a gold medal. When you say it like that, you realise the stakes of this thing.
Ready?
Oh, it's a full start, though, from Sam Watson. He will not progress.
No. Maybe too many nerves.
Perhaps it got to him. All right, Ling Zhang will progress. Sam Watson, though, he will get a chance to fight for a medal still, as he moves to the small final. So disappointment, and this is what's hard, because now he's got to go away, put that aside, and still fight for a medal.
It's very mental, yeah, very hard.
That was the moment.
And you realise by the point he's realised his false start, he's already halfway up the wall.
Yeah, you must hear that noise, and then how do you know which, if it's you? Because you can't see the light.
Yeah, no, I think it's just a feeling because, like I say, repetition, you just kind of realise, oh, yeah, a bit too early.
Yeah, and your heart sinks. Okay, Ryu is looking okay with that right leg, so
yeah.
that's all right. So Ryu
He's got some tape on there.
So it's the
Heavily
left
taped
leg,
up.
isn't
Wow, yeah, heavily taped up on that left calf there.
Yeah, so I said right, but it is the left. Yeah, very heavily taped. All right, so he's fighting through. Xinguo Long on the right. Will that affect him? He's certainly, mentally, it's going to be tricky for him. At your marks are called. Athletes with two hands.
Japanese team getting behind him.
Oh, it's another full start, and no one's really realised, especially Ryu hasn't realised what we said about not knowing. He did not know.
Yeah. Wow, 2 false starts back to back. That's must be the pressure again getting to him.
Yeah, so Ryu moves into the small finals. And we talked about that mental game and perhaps that injury. He won't have maybe had the preparation backstage. It would have been, had physio been done to him.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, we know our finals now. 2 full starts in 2 races deciding things. Not the way we want it to go, but it is part of things in speed. All right, well, we flick over to the women now. Natalia Kluchka, this is Li Jun Deng, will be our first race. The ladies are waiting and ready to go onto the stage, who will get into the finals. That's confirmation for the men finals and small finals. They'll race in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, it's the women who will go. Speed finals really rockets through. We're not even 45 minutes in and we're approaching the last couple of races. I just pause as the DJ ramps things up in the background there.
Bit of tension.
And Natalia Kluchka, Li Jun Deng will go first of all, and Emma Hunt and Beatrice Colli will face off against each other. Those two were laughing and joking together on the stage, both relaxed, both in a similar kind of mindset.
Yeah, both of them on strong form.
All right, here we go. The women are waiting. We're waiting. They get the okay. That sun's still shining in the stadium. Most sunny we've had it all weekend, in fact.
Yeah.
The weather has been a little on and off. All right, Natalia on the left, Lijon on the right. Here we go. This is for a place in a big final.
Ready?
We get a clean race and they're underway. And it is, I think, Natalia Kaluchka who takes victory.
Wow, she is ecstatic. Wow, she really reeled that back at the finish. That was a very strong finish.
It is, she's in tears already.
Wow.
Super emotional from her.
That's amazing.
That was amazing. Let's watch it again. Natalia Kaluchka. What was that? Oh, she had behind and then she came back.
She had a little stumble at the start and then pulled it back. Wow.
Yeah, there was the moment. It was a slight pause with the right foot.
Such a close race.
All right, Emma Hunt versus Patricia Colli. Emma on the left, Patricia on the right. Italy versus USA. Emma Hunt with that swing of the leg she always seems to do.
Takes another look at the wall. Part of her rituals.
All right, here we go. Last race for the women. It's a clean start from both, and Patricia was ahead at the beginning, but now Emma is starting to pull away from her, and Emma a long way, and Patricia falls, and Emma Hunt takes victory. Emma Hunt will progress against Natalia Kaluchka in the final.
That'll be an exciting final.
Yeah, and Patricia, which is going to have to settle for the small final, can still get a medal though. And let's watch this again. So Patricia was slightly ahead here, but then Emma started to come back. And then that was the slip from Patricia. She fell, Emma finished. And Emma strong throughout. That's the timing pad you have to hit to stop the time. And that's the results. Natalia Kaluchka versus Emma Hunt for the final. Lijon Deng versus Patricia Colli in the small final for the 4th place and bronze medal. That's where we're going. Yeah, next week we're off to Chamonix, and that competition will take place Friday, Saturday, Sunday of next week. Speed qualification on Friday, and we end with the lead on Sunday.
Yeah, it's an interesting setup. Chamonix, the qualification's not till like 8, I think.
Yeah.
It's very late.
Our next and final races are coming up in a couple of minutes. Gold, silver and bronze will be decided. Do not go anywhere. Yeah, that's the arena we've been in for the last couple of days. Huge bridge crossing the valley. Stadium in the middle. VIP tents and food courts surrounding the outside of the wall. And there was a junior speed competition that took place earlier on. The future speed climbers coming through.
Yeah.
And everyone is poised and waiting for the small final that will come up first. That'll be Sam Watson, this is Ryo Amata. After this, the medals will be handed out. Julian here is going to go and interview the winners. Yeah, those clouds have been threatening us all weekend with heavy rain at times. They seem to have lifted for the time being, as if to say goodbye. Beautiful view here in Villars. Chamonix Mountains over on the left. You can just see them emerging out of the clouds. Lots of rock climbing around in this area. Paragliding. And apparently some kind of four-wheel drive kart downhill thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That people have been doing from the cable car at the back as a track. It looks incredibly dangerous.
Oh, wow.
Wow, the MC has announced the athletes. They fist bump in the tunnel. This is for the bronze medal.
He seems to be all right with his left calf there.
Yeah, he seems to be. As we stick with the shot, looking up at our wall with the clock set at zeros, awaiting the athletes. Bit of a delay here as we pause.
Athletes wait in anticipation there.
Yeah, they're ready to go. Let's go, guys. Kick things off. Yeah, mentally trying to keep it together through these moments of pause when you're ready to go. But
There we go.
Sam Watson jogs over. Wrong lane.
I think that's the second time he's done that.
Yeah, he ran out very confidently to the wrong lane as well.
Yeah, very focused, I think.
Yeah. All right, Sam Watson on the left, Ryu Omata on the right.
Sam composes himself, no doubt going through his rituals there.
Yeah, I missed the kick that time, but it must have been there.
Yeah.
Alors regardez bien aussi où ils mettent les cordes, hein, parce que ça joue par rapport aux méthodes, la manière de se placer au départ.
All right, Sam, twist the order belay, tucks it behind his shoulder, as does Ryu.
Ready?
Both off to a good start. Hard to call at the moment. Sam is slightly ahead as we approach the top of the wall. It is no, it's not. Ryu Omasa takes the victory and the bronze, and Sam lost it on the last sequence of holds.
Oh, that's speed for you. I would have bet on all my money that was Sam, and just at the end.
Absolutely, all the way.
Foot pop.
Just, yeah, foot pop or something at the top. Means
Yeah, the Japanese team are going wild there. So stoked. Well done. Even with that left calf injury there.
Exactly, and you know, although Sam slipped, you have to keep in touch, and Ryu was right there, right on his tail all the way through. Let's see this again. So Sam was slightly ahead here. We thought he'd have it, but then that slip.
Yeah, wow.
I think it might have been decided in the air anyway. If he hadn't slipped, it was that close.
Anything can happen in speed.
5.301, taking it. All right, women's small final then. Patricia Colli versus Li Juandeng.
Christoph there hyping up the crowd.
So Patricia from Italy on the right, Li Juandeng from China on the left.
Et là, regardez bien, ces grimpeuses. Leur pouce de pied.
At your marks.
C'est assez difficile.
Ready?
Clean start from both. Patricia keeping up with her, but now Li Juandeng pulling ahead half a body length, almost a full body length, and she takes it in the air. Li Juandeng will take the bronze medal. Patricia Colli fourth.
Wow, 6.4. That was a very, very good run from her. Almost a PB.
Almost a PB. Quick times. Both women. Patricia will be disappointed, but fourth place in a World Cup is impressive from her. Improving comp by comp.
In fact, 7.1, you cannot complain with that.
Yeah, it's a good time. Well, fist bumps as they go and join the rest of the athletes on the edge. And now we'll move on to the men's final. So 2 teammates against each other. Ling Zhang on the left, Jingguo Long on the right.
Jingguo's got it on paper.
Does have it on paper, and he's no stranger to this moment as well. Zhang on the left, Long on the right. They turn for the final time for the men. This is the gold and silver medal positions.
Ready?
Well, it's a great start from Long, and Zhang immediately slips. Long will take the victory here. Slaps the clock on a 5.269. A great time to win.
Raw emotion from him. Congratulations. Slightly unfortunate for Liang Zhang.
Yeah, Zhang going down, but silver medal for him. Even so, he fell early on.
No doubt they've raced each other plenty of times before in the past.
Yeah, can you imagine? Must know every single part of their own routines and rituals on the way they race. And look at that, as we see a replay. It's kind of immaterial. The athletes so in their zone, they'll carry on racing as hard as they can anyway. Our final race then, Emma Hunt versus Natalia Kaluchka. Natalia goes over to the left, Emma on the right. Remember, guaranteed medals already. This is just for the colour of that medal. Will it be gold and glory? Or the silver, which will feel like a failure at this stage, but still a silver medal at this level. Unbelievable. Remember, 55 women narrowed down to 2. The odds are not with them.
At your marks. Ready?
Clean from both. We get a race, and it's Emma Hunt at the moment, but Natalia Kaluchka coming back. Emma Hunt slips, though, and Natalia Kaluchka takes victory. Emma Hunt could have fought her all the way there, but Natalia Kaluchka takes the victory. And what a race, eh?
That was incredible, yeah. That was an amazing final. Wow. Lots happened.
Yeah, well, it's always a shame to see slips in finals and it not going down to the wire.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's what happens sometimes. And Natalia, throughout today, has kept it together. She's a deserving victor. And Emma Hunt knows it was that slip that cost her.
Lots of emotion.
She was right in contention. Let's see this again. Emma Hunt was ahead at this point and there. And that slip.
Yeah, big slip.
Well, it stopped to seeing the end of these races. Natalia climbing her way outwards. Emma Hunt, unlucky for her, but she does get a silver medal as a consolation, which is not a bad consolation. All right, Julian, I'm going to say goodbye to you. You're going to go down the front and interview them. Thank you for joining me in the commentary box.
Thank you, Matt. That was an awesome opportunity. Thank you for that.
I'll see you in Chamonix very soon. Thank you.
Perfect.
All right, well, the women are introduced in the flower ceremony. We'll have a proper podium in a minute. For the time being, they're being introduced. There's Natalia Kaluchka. What a podium that is. Gold, silver, bronze. Now that elite speed wall will sleep for the time being. Maria connect here, and in Chamonix, of course, where the wall is already being built and prepared. Our drone once more zooms overhead, showing us the arena. Let's just check out the results one more time to confirm things. So Sam Watson fell for his fourth. Ryu Omasa, bronze medal for him. Jingguo Long takes victory. Zhang with the fall again, silver medal for him. Up and down finals, super tense from everyone. Full on all the way for the climbers. And for the women, Natalia Kaluchik takes victory. Gold for her, Emma Hunt, silver medal. Third, Li Zhuangdeng, and fourth, Beatrice Colli. That's our top four.